Yes, everybody. Yes, welcome back to another hot episode of a very special podcast. This is the podcast in which we talk about all your favorite TV series from yesteryear. Oh, yeah, girl. And then we discuss it over a glass of, I don't know, some weird like coconut rum thing I'm drinking right now because, I don't know, I felt like it. Why not? And in case you don't know me, I'm Patrick M. Dunn, and I'm joined here, as always, girl, as always, by who? Who am I always joined by?
Cat Halstead.
Cat Halstead, the author. Just gonna throw this out there. This is the most least prepared I've ever been for a very special podcast episode. So yeah, get ready. I know you said we were gonna record on this particular day, on this Friday, and I forgot it was Friday. And you're like sending me messages like, "You up?" And I was like, "Oh fuck!" I've been like doing things for the last like hour and a half. I have like a mess everywhere. I've been drinking fucking coconut rum with guava juice and I don't know. We're going to see what's going to happen. We're going to see what's going to happen in today's episode.
Wow, because I'm like, I just got to go to Dunkin's, and you're like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen today. It's going to be an adventure. So, what are we doing today?
A classic NBC soap opera that started in 1984 and ended in 1993 called Santa Barbara.
Classic. I think that's loosely term right there, classic.
I'm being generous.
Okay.
In all honesty.
So we watched the debut episode. You watched like the whole first fucking week or something. I don't even know what the fuck you did.
I did. I was just like, I was curious to see if it got better. I wanted to see if they kept playing that song over and over again, and they did.
Full disclosure, I could barely get through this first episode. I don't know. There was just something about it. Something just wasn't clicking for me. I don't know what it was.
I have watched other first episodes of soap operas that are no longer on the air. Santa Barbara really didn't do that for me.
Yeah, there was nothing in there that like made me want to see more episodes. So I don't know. I can see why the show got canceled like 9 years later or something.
Yeah, like I'm watching this and I'm like, Sunset Beach only got 3 years, but Santa Barbara got how many? 9?
Yeah, and I did a little bit of research. The show, it was widely panned at the time. Widely panned.
Yeah, you guys, this isn't good. This is not good soap opera.
It had a small like devout audience that stuck with it.
Yes, it definitely has a very devoted following. Like I found websites in all kinds of languages because it did air worldwide.
Yeah, and we found it on YouTube. We found like the first month of the series, and you could tell it's been like translated from like a French television network because I think every now and then all of a sudden like the language changes to French for some reason, and I don't know why.
It's really weird. It kind of freaked me out.
Did you watch the same version that I did?
No, I think we watched the same one.
Okay.
It freaked me out because first I didn't notice it was French. Like my brain just translated it because I speak a little French, and I was like, wait a minute. Like when it clicked back to English, I was like, wait, what just happened here? Like it was so weird.
Well, I put my I was just kind of like playing on my phone while I was watching this. Just gonna throw this out there, and I was looking down at my phone, and all of a sudden I heard like a French porn or something. I don't know what the fuck was going on. Like the voices changed like mid sentence, and I was like, what is this? Like what the? Then it clicked back over to English. Like by the time like I comprehended what was going on.
Yeah, it was like for like not even 30. It was like 10 seconds.
Yeah, 10 hot seconds. Like 10 very, very scary seconds. Because I thought I was having a stroke. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I was like, oh shit. Like my brain is failing me right now. I don't know what the fuck is going on. What, girl? What? I was scared. I was like, scared shitless, girl. All right.
Yeah.
In honor of Santa Barbara, I want to talk about to get us ready to go into this world. Do you want to talk about the 5 greatest soap opera moments of all time according to TV Guide?
Yeah, give them to me.
All right, so this is a list of the 60 greatest soap opera moments of all time. I picked out 5 of my favorite because I don't know, some of them I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. So I'm going to start off. With a very fun moment. We're going to go over to GL, Guide and Light. And we're going to talk about Reva's dip in the fountain. Do you know this?
Yes.
All right.
Where she declared herself the whore of Springfield.
Yeah, it's actually the slut of Springfield. It's alliteration, not the whore, girl, not the whore. This was in 1985. This is when Hot to Trot Reva, played by the ferocious Kim Zimmer, was accused of infidelity by her bitter stepson Josh. She didn't deny it. Instead, she stripped down to her undies in the country club fountain and baptize herself the slut of Springfield. Ooga. You go, girl. That's all I gotta say. That's why we cloned her, because, she's great. She's the slut of Springfield.
Oh, Reva. Reva, seriously. Oh, she's one of the greatest daytime characters. Oh, I miss Reva.
That's why we needed 2 of them, because she was so great.
Oh.
All right. You ready for the next one?
Yeah, what's the next one?
Ready? You want to go back to 1973? You want to go into the swinging 70s?
Okay, what's happening in the 70s?
All right, we're going to go over to AMC, All My Children. Any guesses? Any wild guesses?
Nope, because it's 1973. I don't know.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about our fashion model friend, Erica Kane, as portrayed by Susan Lucci. Mm-hmm. She found herself with child, but chose to end the pregnancy without telling her husband in TV's first Roe versus Wade abortion. And hot scoop in the dumbest writer decision ever, the fetus was unaborted in 2005. Do you know that? Do you know about this?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Tell me about it.
It's still stupid.
I don't know about this.
I don't even understand it. Like, the doctor who supposedly performed the abortion was somehow, this is total science fiction because this is impossible, was able to take the fetus from Erica, the embryo or whatever, from Erica, and implant it into his wife. She gave birth to a kid who showed up years later and not get along with Erica. Like, it was bad. Like, actor who played the son was good. Storyline was bad. It was stupid.
Did they find the fetus in a trash barrel? Like, what happened? Like,
I don't know. Like, this is one of those things I couldn't watch because it was so stupid.
All right. Well, 2005, Who Did You Dirty? Is all I got to say. All right. You ready for number 3, the top 3 moment?
Yeah.
We're going to go all the way back to 1962. We're going to go to the heyday of soaps. You ready for this? You ready for this, Carol?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to go back to Guide and Light. We're going to go back to Springfield. We're going to talk about Bert's Diagnosis. Do you know this? Yeah, in daytime's first social issue storyline ever, Springfield mom, Bert Bauer, I love that her name is Bert, like a lady named Bert, shout out to Lady Bert, contracted uterine cancer, but found out in time thanks to an early pap smear, ooga. And public response was huge and positive, proven soaps just don't entertain, they also educate and save lives. So I guess a bunch of ladies, like after seeing Bert's Diagnosis, they headed down to their local OBGYN and got their pussies checked out and made sure they didn't have uterine cancer. So, yeah, you go, Bert. That's all I got to say. Top Bert ever. We got Bert Bauer. We got Bert from Bert and Ernie and Bert Cooper. Top 3 Berts. I'm excited about this next one, and I know you are too.
I have no idea what he picked, so I'm just on the edge of my seat.
All right, we're going back to 1995 for Marlena's Possession, ooga, on Days of Our Lives. Yes!
Yes!
So Satan raised holy hell
yes.
in the sleepy town of Salem, desecrating the local Catholic church and fighting for the body and soul of trusted shrink Marlena Evans. In one cheese-tastic scene, Marlena levitated, and so did the ratings, girl. So did the ratings. You bet your bippy.
Yes.
Those ratings rose, just like Marlena did off the bed.
Oh my god, that was...
I remember being 13 or 14 at this time, and just like watching this and being like, what the fuck is this? Like, what am I watching? What the fuck am I watching? Cat Halstead, the soap watcher.
It was so wild and weird. I just remember, those days you'd have a snow day and you'd watch Days of Our Lives and you get to see this craziness. And then you'd want, a million more snow days so you could just continue watching it.
Yeah, she was probably possessed for, 3 months or something in Days of Our Lives.
Something she was possessed for a while because, Salem went into a drought. It was insane. And John was a priest because John Black's backstory is ever-changing.
Yeah, he had the white collar on, and he saved her life, I think.
Yeah, he saved her.
Shout out to Drake Hogestyn.
Yes.
As the deep-voiced, very surly John Black. Yeah, shout out to him. He drove the devil out of her, and then he took Salem by storm. He's still on there, right? He's still on the show today.
Yeah, John and Marlena just got remarried a few months ago.
What? They got divorced?
They got divorced. I don't understand why. That was when I wasn't watching, but...
Why not, right?
And then, they just got remarried. But John might have another long-lost son.
Ooh, yeah. Shout out to John Black and just impregnating women all over fucking America. And they'll come back years later.
Oh, my God. There was this hilarious conversation between John Black and Robin. And Robin goes, did anybody ever tell you how not get a woman pregnant? And John goes, apparently not.
Yeah, he's got a fucking child-producing penis. That's all I gotta say, girl. You know what?
Well, because let's see. John has Brady with Isabella. He has Paul with, I don't know her name. And who the hell is calling me? Why is my phone ringing? Oh my god, that is so creepy.
Why is it creepy that your phone's ringing?
Like, I'm on a call with you.
Oh, well.
And I can't say decline. That is so weird.
Whatever, girl. Whatever. All right.
Yeah, John he's got Belle with Marlena, Brady with Isabel, Paul with, what's-her-face, the Asian lady. Maybe he only has the 3, but then he's also kind of a dad to Sammy and Eric and Carrie. Because, he thought he was Roman for a while. But now he might have another kid who's out there blackmailing Sonny and Will. So, it's all good. It's all fun.
Someone needs to put a fucking condom in his fucking Christmas stocking so he can wrap it up and, I don't know, not make a fucking child. Jesus Christ, John Black. All right. You ready for the top soap opera moment of all time? I bet you have a guess as to what it may be. Saving the best for last, girl.
There's so many it could be. So just drop it on me.
All right. Well, we're going to go to Luke and Laura's wedding. Yeah. Oh, yeah. General Hospital.
I knew it was going to be something with Luke and Laura.
All right. A record 30 million people, many who skipped class or called in sick to work, watched as raucous rebel Lucas Lorenzo Spencer married his Earth angel Laura Baldwin. It's been 31 years and those two still make us swoon. I think. That's what TV Guide said. I don't really give a shit. I don't know about you.
31 years ago? Well, when it was 31 years, yeah. But it's been 37 years. Because they got married in 1981. They don't make us anymore.
Yeah, this article was written in 2013 that I'm reading, so... Sorry, fans of the podcast. Sorry to confuse you. It's all right.
Yeah, Luke is long gone from General Hospital. Laura is currently married to Kevin Collins. Kevin's locked up in a mental asylum while his identical twin brother Ryan is out committing serial murders. So.
Ooh, yeah. Shout out to serial murders on soaps. Yeah. All right. Speaking of murder, you ready to go to Santa Barbara?
Let's get into this ridiculous show.
All right. We have to talk about how it opens up because I think this is a very promising open it, I think. Like, I was excited. So we start off and we're at this lavish party in Santa Barbara, California. It's 1979. It's a flashback. We're in a flashback sequence.
Yes.
We're at the Capwell Manor. Capwell Manor, is that where we are?
The Capwell estate, whatever it is, yeah.
I like Manor. I just like to say Manor. So we'll call it that, girl. We'll call
Manor.
Manor. Capwell Manor.
Manor.
And we meet Shannon Capwell Jr. Is that his name?
Channing.
Shannon? That's what I said.
Channing.
I said Shannon. Shannon Capwell Jr.
No, you said Shannon, not Shannon. You keep saying Shannon.
Shannon. I'm saying Shannon. You need to get the potatoes out of your ears, girl.
Okay, so, there's this big party, and you see the Capwell brothers, Mason and Channing. All the girls, everyone is just like, oh, Channing. Oh, he is, God's gift to Santa Barbara. And Mason's like, oh, there's my brother, always getting all the attention.
He reminds me of Blaine from the Barbie universe. That's who Shannon reminded me of. I don't know about you, but that's who I thought of.
I was just like, okay, so already I'm kind of like, why is this guy so special?
He was the big to do.
And then the butler comes up and he's got a tray with a note on it because they're rich and that's what people apparently do. And Channing reads the note, unfolds it and reads it. And he starts to leave and he stops and he stares at the waitress lady with the French braid. And they look longingly at each other before he leaves to go upstairs.
Yeah.
This secret meeting.
So we go to this little, I guess it's his dad's office, I think, right? Is this what it's supposed to be?
Yeah, it's the father's, office at home, and he goes in.
It's his little man cave.
Hold on, I just saw somebody go into my backyard.
Oh, there's a murderer in Kat's backyard. Hold on. So Kat Halstead, the author, just left her room mid-podcast because she saw someone through the window go into her backyard, and now she's going outside to investigate. And I don't know, I'm a little nervous because I don't know what's going on, so I don't know. I'll just wait for the door to open and there's going to be a masked murderer in a room. I hope all is good in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Okay, so apparently It was somebody, like, he's taking pictures for, like, homeowners insurance. Like, I didn't, and Haven is home. I didn't know she was home. Like, I'm just sitting here, and all of a sudden I see it's a guy going in my backyard. And, like, I thought I was home alone with, like, the back door open so the dogs could go in and out. So, yeah.
Oh, wild stuff. I was like waiting for like a mass murder to walk into your bedroom, and I was like, oh god, like Kat Halstead died mid podcast. What are we gonna do? I'm gonna have to, like, I don't know, not release this episode and then get like January Jones really quickly to finish us off talking about Santa Barbara.
You cannot replace me with January Jones if I die.
January Jones is busy doing that like figure skating show, so I don't think she'll have time to do a podcast right now.
Oh my god.
All right, where were we? Where were we in this podcast? We're going to the man cave. We're going to the Capwell man cave.
Okay, so Channing's going into his dad's office because of whatever this mysterious note is, and he walks in. All we see is like a gun, and then it goes off, and Channing's dead.
Yep, he dies in his dad's office, and then we get like a quick like cut. It's now like 1984. It's July 30th, 1984.
That's July 30th, 1984. And there's another big party at this mansion.
This is like where we just like meet the characters at this point. So we learn that they've been upset over the last like 6 years that...
5 years.
5 years. Yeah, 5 years that C.C. Capwell Jr.'s dead. Everyone's sad. And then we cut over to San Quentin prison real quick. And we see this like buff dude like doing pull-ups. This buff, handsome dude. Mm-hmm. We're like, oh, who's this? And then just before we can figure out who it is, we see the warden come out, and he's like, I got good news for you, Joe.
Hold on, you skipped ahead. When you skip ahead, you have everything out of order. First, we like have the party scene again, where it's very set up similarly, except it's Mason who gets a note this time. And he stops and he stares at this woman who's the same, like, maid as before, except now she's the guest at the party. And Mason, let's be real, turns out to be, like, really obsessed with her. And Mason goes into the office, but instead of getting shot, his father's just, like, talking to him.
As I said, we just meet the characters. I didn't really know what was going on because, I don't know, they're just talking about stuff I don't know about. The big news is, though, we're at San Quentin prison, and we see this buff dude doing pull-ups. And we're like, who's this handsome dude? And everyone's like all around him, like cheering him on. They're all like, yeah, dude, good.
I'll be honest, this is probably where this show lost me. With this right here.
What? This is the only part I cared about. Like, I just wanted to know, like, about why is this guy in prison? Why is he getting out? And, like, why is everyone mad at him? Like, that's all I cared about.
It's because of how cheesy this is. This whole thing is so ridiculous.
Everyone's cheering him on as he's doing pull-ups, and then the warden comes out, and he's like, I got good news for you, Joe. You're getting out. The parole board just decided to let you go. So go get your stuff, and you're going to go hit the streets.
You're leaving today. Like, I feel like that's not how it goes.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, if we know anyone out there who's been paroled from prison, tweet us at Varied Podcast and let us know, like, what happens when you get out of prison, because I don't know either.
I feel like I probably have a few friends I could call.
Prison corner right now, little correctional corner.
Yeah, so, like, I don't know, there's just the way it's like, he's like, you're getting out today, Joe, and it's like, wait, what? He has no clue, like, this could be happening. He seems, like, totally shocked. I guess maybe he thought it was in, like, a month or something, like, he could meet with the parole board, but no, it's today.
I mean, I don't know, like, later on in the episode, when they, like clue in Joe Perkins' family that he's getting out of, like, prison, like, they seem to have no idea that he was up for parole.
Yeah, like, nobody seems to know, so it's, like, the whole thing's super weird to me.
Like, did they meet behind his back and we're like, you know what? If we gotta let someone go this month, maybe Joe Perkins, he's been good for the last 5 years. He's been good to us. Everyone seems to like him. He's an outstanding prisoner.
Like, he got paroled in, like, within 5 years of a murder sentence?
I mean, he is a handsome white dude. Let's be real.
Maybe.
He's got like blonde, sexy hair. He looks like he could be like on Baywatch in a couple of years when that finally gets released.
Yes, he is. Okay.
Be a lifeguard. I don't know. He probably made the prison nurses swoon. They probably saw him and they're like, "Ooh, I want to give him a shot. Let's give him a shot."
Yeah, but there's a problem. There's only one woman for Joe. Kelly Capwell.
Played by our gal pal, Robin Wright. Yeah, you heard it here. Robin Wright was on the show for like 4 years, and then she finally quit. But this is her breakout role as Kelly Capwell on Santa Barbara.
Yes.
Then as we know that Robin Wright Tail. She went on to The Princess Bride. She fucked Sean Penn. She became Robin Wright Penn for a little while. And then, I don't know, House of Cards. What did she do in between? I don't even know.
She's done some stuff. There's definitely a slower period for her.
Isn't she in a movie with like Robert Redford about like horses?
Maybe. I think she did one of those author guy who makes all the books where people die, people cry, and they make movies about them.
Nicholas Sparks?
Yes, Nicholas Sparks. I think she was in one of his movies.
Ooh.
With Kevin Costner.
Shout out to Robin Wright. / Penn, because I know she dropped that from her fucking name. Let's be real. But Robin Wright was like, she was hot in this. I was like, whoa. I was like, Robin Wright, like, you're a fox. And, like, she still is a fox.
She has the best hair out of everybody on this show, by the way.
Yeah. But, you know, Robin Wright today.
Like, everybody has bad hair except for Robin.
I feel like she kind of, like, looks the same in this. I don't like, she, like, kept her hairstyle for some reason. I don't know. She had, like, a very modern hairstyle. Like, she didn't have that weird, like, dynasty locks, is, I guess, what I want to call them.
Yeah, she didn't have the big freaking hair like everybody else seemed to have. She had this nice, long, flowing, straight blonde hair.
She's on the cutting edge of fashion, that girl, Robin Wright. You go, girl. Call us. Tweet us at Very Podcast. All right, what happens next? Joe gets out of jail.
So, everybody finds out Joe's getting released, and everybody starts freaking out.
Oh yeah, it's like a scandal.
Joe's mother and his sister are like super excited. I just want to point out that his sister is played by Missy Reeves. I did not know that she had another soap role besides Jennifer Horton, so I was like, whoa. Hold up. I did like a double take when I started watching this.
Yeah, and she's like super young in this. She's probably like a teen. Like it's like 16 or 17 maybe.
Yeah, she's young. And it's just very different than Jennifer Horton, and I'm kind of loving it. Like that was the only other reason I kind of kept watching was because of the series. Like,
does anything notable happen with her? Because like I just felt like she just came into the kitchen because she's Joe Perkins' sister, and she was excited that her older bro is getting out of jail, and like I feel like that was her only contribution.
There's a teen storyline that I was reading about where which actually like kind of starts to pick up in the second or third episode, like the third episode, where Annie, Ted's best friend, goes hang gliding to impress Jade because he's got a thing for her, and he ends up with a movie role, and Jade wants to be in the movies. Like there's this whole like storyline where the teens go to Hollywood for the summer.
Low-key, I like that you're just dropping names right now that mean absolutely nothing to me. And hold on, why do you think it's weird that they went to Hollywood without parental guidance? Because like it's only like a short drive away. It's not like they're crossing state lines. That's just like me going to like Boston when I was like a teenager. So
it wasn't like they were driving down for the day. They like went there for like weeks without parental. They're only 17.
Well, this is the 80s. People had more freedom. Like
the
Goonies went on a wild adventure in the 80s. The Stranger Things kids. I don't know. I don't know. They like let someone live in their house.
What?
Without the parents knowing. So people just did like wild stuff in the 80s.
Okay then.
The 80s was just like a wild time of no parental guidance. So ooga. Shout out to the 80s.
I guess so.
Shout out to what did you say her name was?
Who? Missy Reeves?
What did you say her name was though on the show?
Jade.
Jade? Her name is Jade?
Yeah, Jade.
Like Jade Barrymore.
Yeah.
Maybe that's who she was named after. All right, so shout out to Jade being a free teen, doing whatever the fuck she wants, and I don't know, getting excited about her brother Joe getting out of jail and all of the above. Yeah.
Okay, so Joe gets released from prison, and he's like trying to catch a bus home. But not CC Capwell, this like woman in the steam room.
Yeah, we meet this like random lady. She never gets a name. She's very like mysterious.
Which when you find out who it is, it makes even less sense. But
who is she? What was her?
Louise Farrell's character, Augusta, whatever, the Lockridge family.
So what was her role? Like, why did she want Joe dead?
I don't know. Like. All I know is she later has an affair with Joe while Kelly is still with Peter.
All right, so...
Because Kelly is engaged.
Oh, because, yeah, it's been a couple of years. She's moved on.
She's moved on. She thinks Joe killed her brother.
I mean, I guess that would upset me also as well. But I guess she's still pining over him because they have like weird like daydreams, I guess is what they call it.
Like he crosses her mind, and there's part of her that will always think fondly of him because he was her first love or whatever.
And we get this weird like flashback montage of them like frolicking on the beach, and they play this like this cheesy fucking 80s pop song,
which is going to probably be stuck in my head for the next like month.
Didn't you say like they play it like in every episode that you watched? Like you watched like a couple of episodes?
Yes, every single episode I watch. Anytime that these two like think about each other or like near each other starts, you'll have Kelly like see Joe like out on the docks of the yacht club or whatever, wherever they're docking the yacht. And the song starts to swell, and then, like, the scene cuts, and the song just stops abruptly, like, wherever it is, to, like, whatever stupid teen shenanigans Ed and Danny are up to with the hang glider.
So, what is the song? Like, do you know the song? Because I didn't know it.
Oh my god, what is it's Your Arms by Peabo Bryson.
Oh, like Peabo Bryson of like Aladdin fame?
Yes. Ever I'm in your arms again. Like, you know that song from like those cassette and CD commercials?
Yes.
Soft rock love songs from the 70s and 80s.
Like Make Out Music Volume 2.
Like half the time I kept thinking is like, when does James DePavia show up for like this infomercial? So
shout out to Peabo Bryson for getting his like second mention on this podcast in like 2 episodes in a row. So ooga to Peabo Bryson. Whoa.
For real, man.
All of a sudden he's gonna start crawling up on the iTunes hit list. Like all of a sudden revival of Peabo Bryson. Ooga.
Yeah, so like this song, it's just like everywhere. Like I don't know if it's like an 80s soap thing to just play the song over and over again.
I have a hot theory is that they probably like paid like good amount of money to license this song. So
I'm sure.
So NBC or whoever was in charge just wanted to like play the fuck out of the song. Be like, you know what? We spent like a crisp $1 million on this, so let's just fucking play the shit out of it, girl. Let's just fucking play it. Anytime that fucking Joe Perkins gets a boner thinking about Kelly Capwell, we're going to play the song.
Pretty much.
Kelly Capwell gets in the shower.
He can be looking at her freaking picture and it's like, whenever you're in my arms again.
Kelly Capwell orders a cup of Joe at the local Santa Barbara coffee brewery place, and she thinks of the song just because of the word Joe. Anytime she hears the name Joe or the word Joe.
Like, it's ridiculous.
Maybe she has a coworker, like a female named Joe, or maybe she's watching The Facts of Life and sees Joe pull the chuck, and she's like, "Oh, Joe," and thinks of that song. So, ooga.
Like, it's legit ridiculous because it's like, oh my god.
But it's like it was fucking hilarious. Just like they're like doing that thing where they're like running on the beach and they're running like like arm and like hand in arm and like who runs on the fucking beach like that? I don't know. I'm gonna take a video of it.
Only people, TV shows and movies. I've never seen people frolic on the beach that way.
I'm gonna put it on our Instagram. Go to a very special podcast on our Instagram. You're gonna see how fucking ridiculous this is. And is he wearing those like white like beach pants? You know what I'm talking about? Is that what he was wearing? He was like shirtless.
I don't remember.
He was definitely shirtless though. I remember seeing some man nip.
Yeah, he was definitely shirtless.
His hair was blowing in the wind. All right.
Yeah.
You ready for a Santa Barbara fuck, marry, kill? You ready?
No.
You fucking ready for it? All right.
No.
We're doing it. I don't care. Joe Perkins, CC Capwell Jr., or Mason? Is that the other brother's name?
Yeah, that's the other brother.
Who do you want to fuck out of this whole gang of people?
Yeah, I guess I would fuck Joe.
Yeah, she's a catch.
I'd kill Channing Jr. because I know nothing about him, and I feel like he was probably sketchier than everybody lets on.
Yeah.
And then marry Mason because those Capwell millions, baby.
He can be the new Doctor, Mason Capwell, the new Doctor.
No.
Hold on. I was reading into this a little bit, so I guess the murder mystery of CC Capwell Jr. became this like big thing. At like one point, like everybody on the show was a suspect.
Yeah, like apparently, because I was like, who who was actually the killer, because I looked it up, and it is such a tangled mess that I was like, wait, what?
I feel like
when I finally like got to who the killer was.
I feel like they were probably making it up as they went along. They're like, you know what? That's not a good idea. Let's just retcon this. We'll just retcon it and go back in time, pretend it never happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Can we talk about my favorite scene, my second favorite scene in this episode?
Okay, what's your second favorite scene?
All right, so Joe gets out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
He boards a bus. Boards a bus, and he's on his way back to Santa Barbara, I guess. And the mystery lady, she orders a hit. She hires like a couple of goons.
Mm-hmm.
They get in a little car that's going to be following the bus.
They couldn't convince him not to get on the bus and not go to Santa Barbara.
Yeah, but he does anyway. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They get the call to go kill him. And so, like, I don't know, maybe they're, like, halfway to Santa Barbara, and they're, like, I don't know, they're on, like, the Pacific Coast Highway, the PCH, and they have, like, a fucking, like, a sniper rifle, and they open up, like the sun roof, and they hop out of it, and they're, like, gonna shoot Joe, like, while he's on the bus. And at the last fucking possible second, Joe sees, like, the sniper rifle, like, coming out of the car, and he, like, dies. And we get this, like, slow motion shot, and we see, like, the glass break, and all of a sudden we see a bunch of people on the bus screaming, and then, like, the bus driver, like, erratically, like, drives, and he fucking, like, nearly crashes the bus. Oh, it's fucking wild. But the way it was done, like, this is probably, like, the money shot. Like, this is the pilot episode. They probably put, like, all their money into this fucking shot right here.
No. I'll tell you. I know what the money shot is. The money shot comes up later. The money shot's a helicopter.
Oh, yeah, that's right, But, I don't know. The 1984 soap opera money to have a helicopter scene and a fucking bus nearly crashing scene in the same episode. Whoa, girl, whoa.
Yeah.
I also want to mention that we get a lot of outdoor stuff in this show, too, like, which I thought was fun and different than soaps. Because anytime, like, you know, Days of Our Lives, anytime they're outside, it's, like, obviously a set. So, I don't know, I thought that was exciting.
It wasn't always that way. Remember, Days of Our Lives used to have that outdoor set with the studio, like, construction near it, so they had to stop using it.
Yeah, but it wasn't exciting, though. Like, I feel like Santa Barbara...
No, it wasn't. It was just, like, there.
Like, we got a lot of, like, beach scenes. We got a lot of, like, exterior shots. Like, there was a lot going on, like, outside.
But there was still, like, outside stuff that was obviously a...
Yeah, I mean, but we got a lot of shots on the beach. We got that prison scene was outside. Yeah. It was like in the prison yard, and
so you're out.
And can I also talk about in one of the exterior shots? There's a DeLorean in the fucking background. I just thought that was great too. Mm-hmm. I was like, whoa, it's a DeLorean. I was thinking, I go, is that a DeLorean? And then all of a sudden I saw the doors open up, like the way the DeLorean doors opens up. I was like, it is a fucking DeLorean. So I was fucking like, whoa.
DeLoreans are nice cars. Fun to drive around in.
It's the most 1984-y thing that you could, like, ever put in a movie or TV show is a fucking DeLorean. That's all I gotta say, girl. That's all I gotta say. What happens next?
Joe, like, so they shoot the window of the bus, and Joe's like, no, we're gonna keep going. Like, bus driver obviously, like, wants to wait for the cops, and Joe's like, no, we gotta get back to Santa Barbara. It's like, dude.
Yeah.
I know you're anxious to get home, but, like, you really think you're gonna get a warm welcome from besides, like, two people?
Does he have, like, that pull just to be, like, convince the bus driver to, like, keep going? Because the bus driver's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just keep going.
Yes, so. All
right, Joe Perkins, prisoner, former prisoner, reformed convict.
Sure, we'll just keep going.
That bus driver is like, no, this is fucking my bus, dude. Like, we're gonna wait for the cops, because that's what you do when there's, like, a nearly a car accident and someone fucking shoots your window.
Exactly.
You don't just fucking, like, keep going. Like that's a crime.
Yeah.
You don't want to go back to jail. You're on parole. Oh, fucking rich people.
In all honesty, I don't think I really liked anybody at all. Like,
I guess in the grand scheme of things, like, he seemed like a dick in this episode, but I guess he was like a beloved character in the long run, though.
Like, the only thing, like, it was like, oh yeah, it's Robin Wright.
I liked Robin Wright, and I liked Joe, but for, like, I don't know, like, I was rooting for them, I guess, in a way. But you know what? I don't even think it's like, I don't like Kelly Capwell. I just thought, like, Robin Wright was cool. It was cool to see, like, a young Robin Wright.
Yeah.
Do you know what this kind of reminded me of in the long run? I just, like, thought of, like, the first season of Dynasty, where, like, you're excited to see, like, all these characters, but they're not the characters that you eventually love.
Like, I just found so many of these characters to be, like, annoying.
It's like seeing Anakin Skywalker.
It's not like when we did, like, General Hospital. I know General Hospital. I know the General Hospital characters.
And I'm going to be real, like, this is, like, the first time I've ever really watched a show, and I don't really have a good background or grasp of, like, what the show is about. So these people meant nothing to me. Like, nothing to me at all.
One other stuff, we did Sunset Beach. We became friends because of Sunset Beach, so we don't have that same background. Soaps we've done. And this isn't a show that was on when we were consciously watching soap operas.
And when it ended, it pretty much just vanished. Like, it was never a hot hit, so people really didn't talk about the show, I guess. I guess it was, like, big in other countries. Like, it's big in Europe and, like, I don't know, like, Finland or something.
Yeah, it's, like, big in other countries, but like, I watched it and I was just like, how did it last 9 seasons?
I think the only reason why it was on so long was because of the big like international audience.
Probably.
NBC was making some money on this, but not enough to keep it going in the long run, because they finally canceled it, replaced it. It was like a lot of affiliates were dropping it.
Yeah.
There was a lot of places that, because it used to air at 3:00, I guess, after Another World. It was on up against General Hospital.
Yeah, it had that prime afternoon. It should have gotten, like, the kids home from school
crowd,
General Hospital and Guiding Light up, but it didn't.
Yeah, and I guess a lot of local affiliates dropped it, or they, like, moved it to, like, 9 a.m. or something. So I don't know, because, like, reruns of Family Feud were hotter.
They did what they did to Sunset Beach and Port Charles.
Yeah, well, I think this was, like, at the point where NBC allotted certain times to affiliates to, like, they could air whatever the fuck they wanted to, but during specific hours of the day they had to air their soaps.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Days of Our Lives was 1, Another World was 2, and Santa Barbara was 3.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I guess local affiliates wanted to put, like, Family Feud at 3:00 instead of fucking this show, so they just, like, buried this in the morning, and that's, like, when people are watching, like, Good Morning America and stuff, and to the Today Show or whatever.
Exactly. Like, if I'm watching TV at 10:00 in the morning, right now, I would probably say if I were to put the television on, it would be Home and Family on Hallmark. I'd be watching a little talk show. Not a heavy talk show, but, like, a lighthearted talk show.
I'd just be watching fucking, like, Me TV reruns. Let's be real, girl. Let's be fucking real.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the thrilling conclusion of this episode?
Oh, yes.
So the bus finally gets to Santa Barbara. It's, I don't know, been a long journey for Joe. He's traveled the Pacific Coast Highway. He nearly got shot at. I don't know, there was a helicopter, as he said. I don't remember this helicopter.
Okay, so Peter and Kelly are on the helicopter. It takes off from Capwell Manor, and it's, like, flying towards the island. And it just happens to go over the bus depot as Joe's bus is there, and Joe's getting off, and there's a crowd of people protesting that Joe's coming home.
This is like OJ. OJ getting out of jail.
Yeah, like, I'm, like, really, like, surprised that there are this many people upset that Joe is released. Like, they really care about Channing Capwell Jr.'s murder?
I mean, I guess,
like, I don't know, like,
the Capwells are, like, they're the town, I don't know, heroes? I'm not, like, sure. Like, they're elite.
I feel like we just don't get the setup that we need to care about Channing and why he was murdered, and, like, how it affected people, really. Like, I feel like we're missing that.
Like, do you think there were, like, people were talking about, like, where were you the night that Channing Capwell Jr. was shot? Tell me where you were, girl.
Yeah.
Do you think there was a lot of that going on?
Were you at home watching JR get shot? Like, yeah, I don't know. I was surprised by, like, the vitriol that hit Joe and his family.
I could see, like, a small crowd, like maybe the Capwells.
I guess.
But did they know, like, how did, like, all these random people find out that Joe was on this bus? Like,
these were, like, random ass people. Like, yeah, how they all know he was on that? But, like, the news reported he was out. Like, his family didn't even get a call. They found him out by watching TV.
Oh, yeah. There was, like, we kept seeing little, like, radio broadcasts and, like, TV broadcasts.
Yeah.
Like, playing in the background, like, in a couple of scenes. Like, when they're doing these, like, establishing scenes where we're supposed to, like, meet the characters. Like, today, Joe Perkins is being released from San Quentin prison. He was previously arrested for the murder of our dearly beloved Channing Capwell Jr. We miss and love him dearly every day. He's going to be on bus number 3267 leaving San Quentin approximately at 3 o'clock, so we're expecting him back in here in sunny Santa Barbara by 7 p.m. tonight, so feel free to come down to the bus depot.
Feel free to come down to the bus depot and give him shit.
Go down to the True Value Hardware, and there's going to be a sale on, like, fucking pickets.
So weird.
Sign and pickets. We're going to march him out of town. We're going to shake our fists at him, so feel free.
It's so fucking weird. It's so weird. Yeah, so, like, all these people are, like, at the bus depot, like, freaking out that this guy is back. And, yeah, just getting off the bus, and he looks up at the helicopter, and Kelly's looking down, and then the music swells, and it's like, whenever you're in my arms again.
Was the helicopter close enough where she could, like, actually see who it was? Because I feel like it wouldn't be close enough.
Like, I feel like for her to actually be able to see who it was, it would have had to be closer, but I think she just knew.
Her pussy was tingling.
Because they're soulmates. They are each other's one true love until he's dead. And then, like, falls in love with, like, 20 other guys throughout the course of the series.
Good for her. Good for her. All I know is when those credits finally rolled, I was like, thank God, this is the longest fucking 42 minutes of my life.
Oh my God, we forgot about the teenagers that look 30 years old, who are supposed to be, like, star-crossed lovers.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out who, like, the teen boy was for, like, the first, like, 2/3 of this episode before I finally realized he was a Capwell.
What was his name? I don't even think I even noticed him.
His Ed Capwell.
Oh. Yeah, you kept, like,
He's the youngest Capwell kill.
Pre-podcast, you dropped, like, 7 other Capwell names, and I'm like, I don't even remember these people in the episode, so I don't know. Good for you for...
Eden wasn't in this episode. I think Marcy Walker premiered a few months later.
Okay.
That's All My Children do Santa Barbara.
Yeah, I didn't even notice there was a teen Capwell in the episode, so I don't know. Good for you, I guess.
Yeah, like, it's just, like, you don't know who these people, they're just there, and, like, there's no setup to who they are.
Well,
I don't know. I feel like other soaps have set things up a little bit better in their premieres.
I think they just wanted to hit the ground running, and I guess this is meant to be viewed over, like, multiple episodes, and not just one standalone story. So, you know, like, you'd meet over the course of a week, you'd learn more about who these people are and why they matter. And
let me tell you, I've watched that first week, and it gets more ridiculous.
All right, well...
there are carrier pigeons that the teenagers use to communicate with each other.
Well, they didn't have cell phones, girl. They didn't have cell phones.
I know.
So, carrier pigeons it is. What is this, Game of Thrones?
So, yeah, they're using carrier pigeons. And then, there's this man that's contacting Joe, has, like, named Dominic, who knows all about, like, what happened to C.C. Capwell Jr. And guess what? Dominic's not really a man. Dominic is really Sophia Capwell.
Oh.
Who we eventually learn is actually the one who killed Channing by accident because she didn't know the gun was loaded, because that makes sense.
I don't know. Maybe she just wanted to scare him. Give him a little fright.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, and then you got the Santana Mason stuff. Mason's a total creep. Like, I would say a good 90% of this would not fly with an audience today.
Well, that's why I got canceled, girl. That's why I got canceled.
So
I'm closing the book on this because I've had enough. This is a bad fucking...
Yeah.
This is a bad fucking choice to pick this. I'm sorry. If you're a fan of this show and you found this podcast...
Next time we do a soap opera, can we do something like Generations, One Life to Live, something we can actually enjoy? Like, I've seen the first episode of Generations, and, like, if someone would get all those episodes up on the YouTubes, I would watch the hell out of that show.
Yeah, shout out to Generations.
Generations was good. Like, I've watched bits and pieces, like, over the years when I can get my hands on it. I'm like, yes, I want more.
But I don't know, we had to do it. I guess we had to do it. Sorry if you're a fan of the show and you came in thinking we're going to, like, talk it up. This was, you know what, sometimes we got to do something bad just to propel us forward, and this is it.
I'm sorry.
This was it. On a scale of 1 to 5 San Quentin prison pull-ups, what would you give this?
Oh, I'm going to give it a 2.
All right, yeah, I give it a 2. I give it...
Also let Chuck Pratt Jr. be a head writer for a while, so that definitely killed this show. It had no chance after that.
All right, well, I'm going to give it also 2. It's going to get 1 San Quentin prison pull-up for Robin Wright.
Oh.
And then it's going to get 1 more San Quentin prison pull-up for that fun, like, bus scene where the sniper rifle shot through the window and, I don't know, caused the bus to drive off the scene. I thought that was pretty wild. That was exciting. All right. I'm excited about next week. I don't know about you, but I don't know. I'm really excited. We're breaking into new ground for the podcast.
Yes.
We're gonna do a game show. We've never done a game show before.
Yes, we've never done a game show. We've talked about doing a game show. We've never done a game show before.
And
so
this is also gonna also knock off 2 other shows on our list, because we're gonna do a classic Family Feud episode from like the late 70s.
Yes.
In which the cast of Gilligan's Island pitted against the cast of Batman 66. All I know is, all right, so there was 1 week in the 1970s where they did like classic sitcoms pitted against each other, and so this was one of the episodes, and we're gonna see fucking Adam West, we're gonna see Burt Ward, we're gonna see the Skipper, Ginger, Marianne, and I'm not sure who else is there from Batman, but we'll find out. But I'm excited. I'm excited nonetheless, and I don't know. I don't even know who hosts it. I kind of want to be surprised, so we'll find out in a few days when we watch it. So get ready, girl. Get ready.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube if you guys want to watch it out there to get yourself ready. Just Google it. Just Google it, girls. Just Google it.
Okay. Yeah.
Where can you follow us, Kat Halster, the author? Where can you follow our adventures?
You can follow us on Twitter at Very Podcast. You can follow us on Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook at A Very Special Podcast. You can find us at averyspecialpodcast.com, saltyrockmedia.com. You can also find us on YouTube, Spotify, your favorite listening tool, by searching A Very Special Podcast.
Shout out to those listening tools. And as always, girl, as always,
Bye!
watch the skies for Kelly Capwell in a helicopter.